I think we've been on track to have a deal really back since November, which is when the president decided he wanted a deal. As long as the president wants a deal, we're going to have one. That doesn't mean there aren't important issues to get over, but I think maybe last week people were wondering whether the president still wants a deal or whether that commitment's still there. I think it is still there, which means we're going to get a deal, and then the evaluation will be, is this deal something that will last or will it fall apart due to political problems in the U.S. in the 2020 election, for example? But I think a deal is likely.
How much does the outcome, Derek, depend on what happens with the summit between President Trump and President Xi, and whether it happens at Mar-a-Lago, the optics of the Chinese apparently wanting some other kind of state visit to make it seem like they're not just coming here for our sake? How does all of that feed into what deal does emerge?
Well, the Chinese are not going to come to Mar-a-Lago. Xi Jinping is not going to come to Mar-a-Lago unless we have the deal is done. So if you get that announcement, we have a deal, and then maybe some parameters will be added or not added. Some issues will be addressed or not addressed, but we have a core deal if Xi Jinping comes to Mar-a-Lago. If they meet somewhere else or in some other format, that says that President Trump and the General Secretary, they need to reconcile some things before we're finished with the deal. So the Chinese don't want to come to Mar-a-Lago without a deal in hand. If you get that announcement, we have a deal. If you get an announcement of a meeting elsewhere, that doesn't mean the deal's dead or anything or in trouble. It just means that there are some issues that have to be closed in person.
How do you think U.S. business will change in the wake of this deal? From what we know about it at this point, is there a lot in this that's going to change the way that technology and financial institutions operate abroad, or even consumer companies, or not? What do you think?
Well, I'm a skeptic of this deal lasting. I certainly am a skeptic of the idea that we're going to have a deal that's going to change our relationship with China for the better for 10 years. If that's what the market is looking for, I think that's completely unrealistic. I think we're going to get more Chinese purchases on an intense basis through the 2020 election. I think we'll get a truce on IP and coercive tech transfer, which will benefit American business in China for a year and a half. But I think over time, reality is going to set in that the U.S. and China have a lot of differences economically, politically, militarily even. And what you're going to get is happy days for about a year, maybe a little longer. And then we're going to get a reversion to kind of where we are now for most American business.